Dear students, today we'll discuss about the different investment alternatives those are available in the market. And in this presentation, we have taken some investment alternatives. Those are providing fixed return, and also those are providing a return related to the market or market linked return. And those are providing the fixed return. The interest rate are collected from various books and different websites. So let's start. First, we'll discuss about the bank savings account. As you know that the bank savings account is the most common and popular among the investors. Means those are having surplus of money, they first prefer to invest in the bank savings account by opening a savings account deposit. And there is no age limit to open a savings account. Means anyone can open the savings account. The minors can also open. And the interest rate provided in this bank savings account is fixed. Means the fixed return is provided in case of bank savings account, and the interest rate is decided by the bank. Means the interest rate varies from bank to bank, but all the banks have to obey the regulations of the RBI. Means they cannot provide a higher return prescribed which is prescribed by the RBI. Means they cannot provide higher return than that. And the tenure means anyone can operate the account as long as the account is active. And if anyone wants to close the account, then he or she can close the account by going to the bank within any banking operating hours. And the second one is fixed deposit account, which is also one of the more popular account. Here the entry age is 18 years, and the minimum investment amount required to open the fixed deposit account is 1000, and maximum there is no limit. And here the interest rate depends upon the tenure or the time period of the savings or the time period of the account. Means the interest rate varies from 5 to 6.5%, and the maximum tenure or the time period of the fixed deposit account is up to 10 years. And here the yearly exit is also available, but for this reason, suppose anyone wants to close the account before 10 years, then yes, he has to pay some penalty for closing the account or pre-closure of the account. Then the next one is bank recurring deposit. And the bank recurring deposit is a monthly deposit scheme where the investors pays a fixed amount or some amount on every month to the bank. Here also the entry age limit is 18 years, and the minor can also open the account, but the legal guardian of the minor has to operate it. And the minimum investment amount required is 100 rupees, and there is no maximum limit. And here also the interest rate depends upon the tenure of the investment. Means it varies from 6.25 to 6.80, and the tenure of bank recurring deposit is 6 months to 10 years. And here also premature closing is available with a permissible penalty. And suppose the bank account holder wants to close the account, he or she can close, but for this reason he or she has to pay some penalty. By paying some penalty, they can close. Then we'll discuss about the post office recurring deposit. Here the post office recurring deposit is same as the bank deposit, but here there is no age limit. Means anyone can open the account, and the minimum amount required to open the post office recurring deposit is 10, and there is no maximum limit. And here the interest rate is 7.2, which is compounded annually, and time period is 5 years or the 60 months. And here also the premature closing is available with some sort of penalty. And the next one is post office time deposit. The post office time deposit is just like the bank fixed deposit. Here there is no age limit, and the minimum amount required to open the account is 200, and there is no maximum limit. And the interest rate is 6.90 to 7.70 depending upon the tenure or the time period of the deposit. Means the time period is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or 5 year. Means anyone can open a post office time deposit for 1 year or 2 year or 3 year or for 5 years. And the next one is post office monthly income scheme. Basically the post office monthly income scheme are for the investors those wanted a regular income, means regular monthly income. So here The interest is paid monthly basis, and anyone can open the account. There is no age limit, and the minimum amount required to invest in monthly income scheme is 1500, and maximum is 4.5 lakh for single holder and 9 lakh for joint account holders. And the interest rate paid is 7.60%, and the interest amount is paid monthly to the account holder. And the tenure or the time period of the investment is 5 years. And here also the premature closing is available by paying some penalty. And then the next one is public provident fund. It is basically a retirement linked plan or retirement related plan. As uh, we know that the EPF is also one of the retirement related plan, but the EPF is basically for the employees. But the PPF is for the businessman or the self-employed. The businessman or the self-employed, they cannot invest in the EPF. So for this reason, PPF is most popular among the business class people. Here the minimum amount is 500 and the maximum is 1.5 lakh. And the interest paid in PPF is 7.90 per annum, which is compounded annually. And the tenure is 15 years. Here the exit option or the premature closing is available, but for certain cases, that is in case of death or requirement for critical illness or fund for higher education, right? Then the next one is national savings certificate. Here in case of national savings certificate, there is no age limit, and the minimum investment amount is 100, and the certificate is available in the rupees of 100, 500, 1000, 5000 and 10,000. Means anyone can buy the certificate of these amounts. And the interest rate paid for the NSC or the national savings certificate is 7.90, which is for the financial year 1920 and quarter 2 for quarter 2. And the tenure of this is 5 years. Means anyone can operate this account for a time period of 5 years. Then the next one is senior citizen schemes. So senior citizen savings schemes is basically for senior citizens. Means those are our senior citizens, or those are coming under the senior citizen section. Only they can open this account. And the year the normal entry age is 60 years, but the entry age varies in certain conditions, or for like for voluntary retirement or for retired defense, the age varies. And the investment amount is minimum investment amount is 1000 and the maximum amount is 15 lakh. And here the interest rate is 8.60 and which is compounded annually. And the tenure of this senior citizen savings scheme is 5 years, and it can be exceeded by 3 years. And exit option, here also the pre-exit option is available by paying certain penalty. Then next one is Kisan Vikas Patra or the KVB. Here in case of KVB, anyone can open, there is no age limit, and the investment minimum investment is 1000 and maximum there is no limit. And the interest rate is 7.60, which is compounded annually, and the tenure is 9 years and 5 months. Basically here the investors get the doubling benefits. In 9 years and 5 months they can get the double of their invested amount. And here the premature closing is also available. And the next one is Sukanya Samriddhi scheme. This scheme is specially designed for the girl child which is coming under the age of 10. Here a girl child can open the account, or the legal guardians or the parents, they can open with the name of the girl child which is coming under their age 10 years. And the minimum cash deposit required to open the account is 250 rupees, and they have to, or they can deposit throughout the year. And the interest rate for the quarter to financial year 2019-20 is 8.40, and the interest rate is revised in every quarter. And the tenure of this scheme is 21 years. And here the premature closing is available, but for certain cases, means Up to 50% of the fund value can be withdrawn once the girl turns into 18 years, and premature closing is available for the marriage purpose of the girl's child. And the next one is National Pension Scheme, that is NPS. The NPS is designed for the government to provide the pension scheme for all the citizens of India. Here in case of NPS, the entry age is between 18 years to 65 years. Means anyone can open the NPS account who is coming under this is group, that is from 18 years to 65 years. And here the interest rate is not guaranteed because the investment is market linked. Means some portion of the fund of the scheme is invested in the market or the equity market or other market. So for this reason, the scheme is market linked, so no guaranteed return is provided in NPS. And here basically you can find there are two types of NPS, that is for one is tier 1 and tier 2. And tier 1 is a mandatory no withdrawal pension scheme. Means the tier 1, or if one is investing for tier 1, he or she cannot withdraw the amount till the end of the time period, and this is tax eligible for tax benefit. Means the tier 1 is eligible for the tax benefit, and the tier 2 investor, means those are investing in tier 2 NPS, there is a voluntary withdrawal savings account. Means here they can withdraw the amount before the closure of the account, but it is not coming under the tax benefit section. Means it is not eligible for tax, but the government employees, they can get the tax benefit in tier 2 by investing in tier 2 for a lock-in period of 3 years. And here the investment amount is initially contribution is 500 required for tier 1 and 10,000 for tier 2. Means suppose someone wants to open the NPS, then he has to pay 500 to open the account for tier 1, and for tier 2 he has to pay 10,000. And the minimum annual investment is 1,000 for tier 1, and there is no minimum investment for tier 2. And these are the schemes that those are providing certain fixed returns, and also the NPS which is market linked. And there are also some other investment alternatives, those are available in the market, like the stock market, where the investors buy shares of different companies and they expect that the price will rise in the future and they can sell. Then the mutual fund, where the investors purchasing the units of the mutual fund schemes and expecting that the NAV of the scheme will rise or the fund value will rise in the future, and they can sell and NAV return from this. And some also prefer to invest in gold, and some in real estate, some in ULIP, that is the unit linked insurance plans, where the insurance company invest the funds or of the investor in market, or which is a market linked product. And some also invest in bonds. So in the next video we'll discuss one by one about this stock market, mutual fund, gold, real estate, like that. So thank you for